Hello everyone, this is a short video on Fall of Cybertron. In this video I'll be showing the multiplayer Havoc pack and the Dino Destructor pack DLCs and a little bit of multiplayer. This is the opening of the single player. I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys listen to it.
Cybertron, the home world we Autobots have strived to protect from the Decepticons, can no longer sustain us. Eons of civil war have caused the greatest of casualties. Our planet's very core has shut down, halting its production of life-giving energon. Most of us have abandoned our home in hopes of finding a new life among the stars. I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots. We do not know how many of our brothers escaped Megatron's blockade. I can only be certain of this. Just one transport remains.
And with that begins single player. But we're not going to go over single player in this video, we're just going to show some of the multiplayer aspects. The main thing I'm really interested in is the character customization, because it's pretty powerful. You have 4 weapons per kit. Each weapon has an upgrade. You can select 2 per kit. So let's go ahead and show the upgrades. Upgrades show visibly, like on the weapon, where everyone can see what upgrade you have. Problem is that at a distance you won't notice it anyway. So the upgrades showing up visibly is really more for you than the enemy. Now, as far as your transformation goes, the chest determines which mode of transformation you have. And when transformed, only the wheels will show up. So really, the wheel option is the only thing that carries between transformed and robot mode. And the rest of it is just extra. It doesn't show up except for in robot mode, it's just for robot mode. But the wheels, again, are the thing that shows between the two of them. So if you get big glowy wheels, expect people to find you in the shadows that you're trying to hide. Luckily we have the retro wheels, which will give us a little bit of hiding ability because it doesn't glow as much. Now this is the Grimlock form. It does not have a lot of color. It has mostly silver and a few highlights of color. I think the reason they did this is because if you choose gold, it looks a lot like G1 Grimlock. For those of you not familiar with Transformers, G1's the original Transformers, the one that most of the fans really like. So it's more fan service than anything else. The other thing about the Dinobot DLC is you can't change the wings and you can't change the wheels. So as Swoop, you're stuck with these very large wings, which don't allow you to cruise low to the ground and really get in your way when you're passing around tight corners. But you're shorter, so that's an advantage. Whereas with, say, Shockwave, you're very long, and the size of your aircraft does matter as a scientist class. So you can actually choose different size wings, and it does affect how you can get around corners and everything. But honestly, I think it looks really dorky with these little wings, so I like the large wings. I don't know. You're gonna go cool or go home, right? Yeah. So anyway, the leader class is now the destroyer class. It's more of a defensive class, low, heavy weapons, low rate of fire, and haha, surprise. So they do have a G1 Optimus skin in here. Again, G1, first series of Transformers, but we have others that we can do too. So they gave us, again, Dinobots DLC. Hey, Snarl. Snarl's awesome in game. You get the DLC, just get it for Snarl alone. He's amazing. So you have Ultra Magus, Zeta Prime, Onslaught, Soundwave, some of the oldies but goodies here, and of course the new Optimus, which I'm still not sure how I feel about him. But there he is. You guys can tell they've really raised the ante in the graphics this version. They've really just gone all out here. This graphics in this game are amazing. In multiplayer, you're going to find the levels are a little bit more simplistic than single player, but you'll still see lots of great customizations from individual players because we have all these color options now. On the color options, you don't have the sliders anymore. You have to pick from pre-built sets, which I find problematic because sometimes I would like, say, gold and white, which I can't do. You can adjust the metallic, shininess of it all, but in the end, I find the new color settings kind of limiting. Sometimes you'll get a either or black and purple here. You see, I can change between the two, but for some colors, most of the color schemes actually, you don't get that option to go between one of the two color sets. And your kits are shared between your Decepticon and Autobot setups. The settings really haven't changed all that much. The team color mode is actually not very colorblind friendly. So for those of you who are colorblind, you get purple and red or teal and red. Kind of screws you guys over. Sorry about that. Again, graphic settings, consolified. You don't have any real options here. Controls and audio, I mean, this is all pretty boilerplate stuff. And of course, controls you're going to see. Oh, look at that, keyboard or controller, because, you know, consolified. Okay, you have the select layouts. Look at this, consolify. Where's Boxer? Oh, look, there's Boxer. You know, okay, so here's your controls vehicle. Grimlock is a special set for when you actually get to play Grimlock in game. Sorry for the spoiler, guys, but you all know he's in the game. So let's go ahead. We're going to find a match. It's not too bad right now. There's a lot of people playing. There's a double experience going on right now. So I'm going to go ahead and hop into a Conquest match. This is pretty good for getting your first couple levels because capturing the points gives you a decent amount of XP for very little work. The team I'm going to play against in this video, I should note that this was recorded before I'm recording the audio. The team that I'm playing against in this video actually has their stuff pretty together and they slam us pretty hard. So don't be surprised if I look like I have absolutely no ability. You know, and hey, I welcome some tips if you guys want to make some comments on how I could have played better. But let's go ahead and show some more of the game here. They have a new gimmick where you can switch hands left to right, right to left. It's the C key. And it's pretty cool because it allows you to pop around corners. But I find the camera shift a little bit disorienting and it's kind of awkward. Oh, hey, and watch this. Thruster's glitched here. That's not very common. I don't really know how that happened. So, as you can see, walked right into a big pile of Autobots, and I'm a dead man. Yay. Shouldn't be surprised, because, yeah. Alright. The character customization shows up on every person you meet, so every game, it's a new deal. Cool-looking people sometimes. Unfortunately, right now, a lot of boilerplate Dinobots running around. Not in this match, but I see a lot of Grimlock and Swoop, and it's not really interesting to see that because, you know, they're dime a dozen. They don't look very interesting. But occasionally you run into some really creative. Here are a few shots that I've taken when I was playing multiplayer. You know, obviously I'm going to be too busy playing to take shots, but I did take a few. Most of the time people are going with these low visibility color sets. This doesn't really help you all that much because you can be bright red, and there are bright red color sets for the Autobots. No one will notice you because you've got all these tight alleyways, you've got these sharp corners, and because of your vehicle modes, you can show up right up on top of somebody really fast before they can react. You know, and in truth, it doesn't help you all that much. So just go with the color scheme that you think looks cool, and you'll be fine. Now, because I'm in double XP weekend right now, you're going to see when I cap this point, it gives me 800. Obviously, it's 400 normally, but I still say go into Conquest mode and get your first couple levels. You can get your first 3 kit slots, and you can get your weapon upgrades, at least your initial ones. The vehicle mode's pretty cool. You see the weapons pop out, and it still has the same bug. Watch when I ran this guy. Bam! It knocks you back. So I don't know if that's a bug or by design, because if you are aware of how that works and you learn to utilize it, you can actually slam on people really hard, turn them around, switch out into robot mode, and then beat them to death. So I think it's actually pretty cool. And the other thing is like I said, it doesn't matter how brightly colored. Like I'm this bright purple against all this black. I show up, there's a yellow Autobot, dead. Just because he wasn't paying attention, I came from a blind spot, and they give lots of those in all these little corridors and corners. Alright, so because I've talked through most of this video, I'm just going to show you guys a little Titan gameplay while I be quiet. You'll see Grimlock in a second here, and there's going to be a short cut where you see a fade, and that's just to show you guys how much low visibility color schemes really don't matter, because me and another guy managed to completely fail to spot this bright red Autobot scientist. So here you go, enjoy the rest of the video, and I really hope you guys give this game a shot. It's a fantastic game.
capturing B!